How are you all? All right. I imagine you're probably wondering why I called you all here today. Now, the idea that is emblazoned on the channel's shirt, 2027, the year everything changes. You must understand the importance of why this is here. It isn't simply a prediction. The idea is that by you, all of you, together, with this many individuals focused on the concept, this is something that you, by focusing on that idea, can help to manifest. So it's not just a prediction, it is an active interaction with this idea that you, by focusing your vibrational frequency on this concept, can help bring about for more and more individuals on your planet. Do you understand? Yes. Some of you do. Do you understand? Yes. Thank you. Because when all of you together are focused in that way on a single concept of a certain reality experience, you may find yourself being very surprised at how quickly things will synchronistically begin to appear in your reality that you have now made visible because of your frequency and your focus on that idea, on that reality. So pay attention over the next few days, a week, a month, as to the kind of information that will be coming out in your society, the kind of things you will be hearing about, the kind of things you will be seeing that will allow you to start perceiving little bits at a time of that reality as it becomes more and more and more known, more and more and more common in your reality, to understand that we have always been here with you. But now is the time for you to start perceiving what has been around you for so long, that was heretofore simply invisible to you, now made visible by your shift in frequency. Because that is the shift that everyone is actually talking about. It's not the idea so much of an outside event shifting you, but the idea of you shifting to create what appears to be an outside event, which is nothing more than a reflection of your state of being. So carry with you this vibration of knowingness, this vibration of action, this vibration, this preference for the reality to unfold in the most natural way for the benefit of all in humanity and out among the stars. We thank you for your participation in the co-creation of the reality, in which we will then be able to interact with all of you more openly, more freely, and that will begin a process of changing your world into something magnificent. Not because it is us, but because it will be your true selves, allowing your true soul vibration to emanate from you, to overlap everyone, to immerse everyone on your planet in that soul vibration, in that heart vibration. Remember that with every single beat of your heart, you are literally sending out a bubble of electromagnetic energy at the speed of light. It immerses your entire globe. You are all immersed in everybody's heart bubbles of electromagnetic energy that carries forth that frequency, so that you give everyone the option, their choice, but the option to match and mirror that frequency that is representative of this reality, so that you may begin experiencing it as a physical manifestation faster. Because this is what your free will has control over. the speed at which things occur. You can speed them up, you can slow them down. The idea of the scope of how your ideas and your vibrations, how many people it touches, how many people will be willing to mirror that frequency. The idea of you finding passion in the world in which you can interact with each other as your true selves will open up doorways that you haven't even imagined yet. We will bring you more options for actions you can take and realities you can experience than you have imagined to date. So be free with your vibration. Open up your hearts, your minds, your spirits, your souls, and allow yourselves to be in the world. Allow yourselves to be the world. Allow yourselves to be the reflections that are living examples to everyone of what they can choose as well, should they choose to mirror the frequency, the love, the joy you give off every single day with every breath you take and every action that you perform. Does that make sense? So we thank you for helping us bring about the manifestation of a reality in which we can more readily and more quickly appear and interact with all of you face to face. We thank you for allowing us to share this idea with you this day of your time, and I ask now, in return for the gift you have given us in interacting with you, how may we continue to be of service to you? Please begin with your questions and dialogues if you wish.
Thank you, Bashar. Thank you for being here.
I am not there, but thank you for the sentiment.
I feel that I can see you right now.
All right.
But I'm sure you are aware that there has been announcements on this planet about files and disclosure about ET and contact that are eminent from our government. That is not the question. The question is, should we trust and expect something from this document dump that has gotten this planet so excited?
No. You should, however, understand that no matter how the information was delivered, intentionally, unintentionally, however, it caused a small cascade of reinforcement of the idea that you are now more than ever focused on the idea of the release of that information, which is what will eventually bring it about. Do you understand?
I do, and thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Is your name in these documents?
Is yours?
Probably. Thank you so much, Bashar.
You are so welcome.
Thank you, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
All right. About 4 years ago, I did a documentary on the Black Knight satellite. Jimmy Church was involved, about an object orbiting, thank you, Jimmy, an object orbiting the Earth that had been seen since the 1900s, made Time magazine in 1960, picked up by the STS-88 space shuttle mission on HD cameras, recorded and logged on the NASA database, and labeled space junk. However, this object was giving off a signal which had been decoded, giving off the Boötis constellation with the Epsilon star. And some theoretical physicists have theorized that it might be a cloaked advanced civilization. Do you have any information as to Boötis and the Epsilon star?
Epsilon Eridani has life in that system. There are many monitoring systems around your planet of different kinds. One very large station exists between your Earth and the Moon and is for the utilization of many different extraterrestrial species that are observing and studying your world. So there are many devices around your planet, most of which you know nothing about. that are observing, taking readings, monitoring, and understanding the progress vibrationally that humanity may be making with regard to their capability of experiencing open contact. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
You are welcome. Oh, now you are clapping for satellites.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I'm so excited to be here. I can't believe that I'm here, but through a series of beautiful events, I found out today that I am a praying mantis council person, and I don't have any experience with that. I don't know anything about it. Can you please tell me about the praying mantis?
The praying mantis beings are the overseers of what you have been euphemistically referring to as the abduction experience. They are the overseers of the creation of hybrid beings for the purpose of perpetuating the race that you know as the Greys, and also for helping to uplift and upgrade humanity in its evolutionary path. They, in a sense, were asked to be the overseers so that everything would be properly organized, because they are of a very, very high vibration, almost to the level of what you would call the angelic realm in terms of a frequency. They are multidimensional in their understanding of things and can oversee many different things simultaneously. The idea is that after open contact, humanity will be given the opportunity to understand that there may be many different kinds of careers and opportunities and jobs that you will be able to do ultimately that don't necessarily exist right now. There will be many more options available to all of you.
Thank you. And my second question is, this information has been made available to me. How can I best utilize that information as we step? How can I use it to best serve as we step into the future?
For now, until open contact, and of course beyond it, but until open contact, the idea is to follow what we have shared with you that we call the formula. To prepare yourself to raise your frequency, to be synchronistically exactly where you need to be, when you need to be there, to receive the information and the guidance that you will need to move forward in life after open contact.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
Hello, Bashar.
Andrew, you good day.
Thank you. I just wanted to share a little bit of a story of how I ended up here. I'm coming all the way from Australia.
I'm coming all the way from Esasane.
I know. And funnily enough, when I received the first email about the expo, it took me about 3 days to organize tickets, hotels, and all of that. And by the time that I had everything organized, this show was already sold out. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna go anyway and see what happened. Yesterday, I was by the end of this hall, and April just walked by, and then I thought, oh, I'm gonna say hello. And then I started talking to her, and then she said, when I told her that I was coming all the way from Australia and that I missed out on the show, she said, oh, come tonight. And I'm here because of that synchronicity. And I'm very, very thankful to April.
All right.
And
One
how
moment.
everything happened.
One moment. Nania, are you okay being used like that? Just kidding. We thank you for the creation of your synchronicity.
Yeah, and I also wanted to thank you because of you, I ended up channeling. I recently started channeling myself, and this has been the best time of my life so far.
All right.
And I know what the future, I don't know what the future is going to bring for me, but I'm not expecting, because I'm following the formula, I'm not expecting anything to happen. I'm just doing it because I love it. And
all right, well, you can expect something to happen. When we talk about the idea of expectation, what we're saying is no insistence or assumption about the outcome, but you can expect that something will happen that will be to your benefit.
All right. Okay, that's all that I wanted to share with you today, and thank you so much for your teachings.
You are so welcome.
Good day, Bashar.
Good day.
Quick question for you. It's been 3 days here, the Conscious Life Expo, amazing people, amazing lectures. But I've been hearing two different things from like people I highly respect. One of them being, we stepping into the awakening times, golden age, unicorns, butterflies, lead with your heart, let your inner child express itself, be creative, do art, it's gonna be fantastic. Beautiful. But then I also hear cataclysm, end of the dollars, end of the currency, the stock exchange market is going to crash, AI is going to take your job, cataclysm left and right, the East Coast is going to be underwater, California, you need to leave California yesterday. What are you still doing here? Oh my God, it's the end of the world. So I'm like, I've heard you very often talking about like timelines and the ability that we have to like, time shift because the time is not as linear as we see it. So I'm just wondering, is it possible that, like I'm going to be in the first category, hopefully, while my neighbor living also in Los Angeles may have a complete different experience and experience cataclysm and all that? Or what's the truth in that? Where are we going? I'm talking 12 to 24 months from now.
First and foremost, all of that sounds exciting.
All right.
Secondly, remember what we've talked about. It's not about what happens. It's about what you do with what happens that makes the difference. It's how you relate to what is happening that determines how you experience it positively or negatively. So it doesn't matter what happens. You have to decide how you want to relate to it, and therefore that is how you will experience it. Do you understand?
Yeah, I do, but I mean...
So don't get caught up in defining things just because many people might say, this is catastrophic. For you, it might not be, even if you're in the midst of it. You might be in the midst of something like that, and you will wind up being fine so that you can be where you need to be to help other people who may be struggling through it. If you stay in the positive state, you will have a positive effect, a positive outcome, no matter what is going on around you, because that's the vibrational resonance you are operating on. If you get caught up in the idea of all sorts of fearful conspiracy information theories, then that is the way you will experience it too. So again, if you understand that it is your vibrational frequency that determines how you experience reality, who cares what happens? Because you know you will always be able to turn it into something beneficial and positive for you and other people by staying in a positive state about it and relating to it in a constructive, positive, loving way. Yes? Because many people may need to go through certain things to allow them to experience what they laid out on their life path. It's not for you to say what they should or shouldn't experience. So the yin and the yang of the universe is available to everyone, the positive, the negative, and sometimes going through something negative can lead to something very positive, and vice versa. So it's up to you to simply stay in the vibrational state you prefer so that you will experience whatever happens in the way that works best for you. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. So talking about staying positive, let's say here we'll get 1,000 people, and if everybody meditates together and we like really channel the golden age and we stay focused on that power, my question is, would that shift anything? There's just 1,000 people here.
The idea again is that whatever frequency these people are on that you're talking about is what they will allow themselves to experience. So you have to be really clear within yourself and honest within yourself about what you actually believe deep down. You can't just give lip service to the idea and say, well, if we meditate, will everything be okay? Because different people may meditate in different ways. Different people may not feel they can meditate. Different people may think they're meditating and actually be ruminating over and over and over again on a fear-based belief. So the idea is, don't be concerned about what other people are doing. They don't need to necessarily augment what you will experience if you stay in the vibration that you prefer and allow them to go into whatever vibration they prefer. You can always give them the suggestion that it might be more beneficial for them to be in a certain frequency, and that way they will experience more of what they would prefer than not, but you can't force them to do so. So don't worry about the idea of the collections of people making a difference. You make a difference in your own experience, and you can then be a living example to others that they can match your frequency for themselves as well. Yes?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.